have I become? Now have I betrayed everyone I've ever loved? I pushed them all away, and I become. Whoa, whoa! What's this here? Undercover Cops. It's like a SNES game. Holy shit! For use with SNES consoles, like a new game in 2021 for the SNES. Huh. I guess when you're a video game master, like the games come to you, huh? Let's check this out. Alright now, let's see. This is unexpected and interesting. Coming from Limited Run Games. Holy shit! Holy shit, guys. Instruction manual, SNES style. Get a cool poster here. Let's check this out real quick. Wow. Check out, I think it's a poster. Yeah, it's two-sided. There's a poster on this side here. That looks fucking awesome. And there's a poster on this side here. Also looking fucking awesome. And check this out, guys. An orange, transparent SNES cartridge. Holy fucking shit. A brand new SNES game in 2021. Kinda, sorta. I'll explain in a bit. But yeah, Undercover Cops for the SNES. Let's check it out. Hey, this is Mark Rodriguez.
And this is Johnny Rodriguez.
And you're watching the Video Game Masters. And today we're talking about Undercover Cops. Now this game was released in the arcades way back in the day, and it did have a Super Famicom version, but for whatever reason the Super Nintendo version was cancelled and never released in the US, or at least until now, thanks to Limited Run Games. Now, Limited Run Games is a company that likes to make physical versions of games that would normally only be digital downloads, and they also sometimes make games for classic stuff like Super Nintendo, the Nintendo 64, and even make video game soundtracks on vinyl records. That's crazy. Now, some games we've gotten from them, for example, is King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited Match. I didn't have a physical version until recently. This game, as well as the original King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match, were both available on the Japanese PS2, and of course also the download on your Xbox 360, your PS3, and stuff like that. And yeah, these are both available now on PS4. Now the problem is, in terms of this one, is that while we did get the King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match just fine on the good old American PS2, they never released an American version of King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited Match until now for the PS4, again thanks to Limited Run Games. And after the game itself, what can I say? It's a super version of King of Fighters 2002. You just have a couple extra characters here and there. You got all the bosses unlocked, or you got to unlock them, you know, they're all in there. And you also get, you know, more moves, more attacks, more super moves, different stages, different like background music, all kinds of SNK cameos in the background and stuff like that. So it's a pretty fun game. We've already reviewed it before, so it's pretty cool.
We also got the re-release of Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the Complete Edition. Now this game is much harder than the original, but the big plus is that you do get all the DLC characters included. Now I think that's pretty awesome.
When it comes to Limited Run Games, it literally is in the title. They're only available for a limited run, and once the games are gone, they're gone. Usually it requires a lot of patience before you get your game in your hand after you order it. For example, when a new game comes out, they make a big announcement like, hey, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World Complete Edition. We're making a physical copy, pre-order by certain day and all that stuff. And sometimes that day is a month or so out, you know what I mean? So first you got to get to that date after you pre-ordered. And then like after a month or so, if you're lucky, they start shipping them out. Now some of these guys come with a bunch of cool extras and things. You get like posters or figures or soundtracks or whatever else. Some of the retro titles, like the Super Nintendo ones, you can get actual game boxes that look like Super Nintendo games, or like N64 boxes, or if you get like a Neo Geo game, you get like a Neo Geo type box. So even though it's like a PS4 game, like the box can look like the classic Neo Geo big ass cartridges with the 300 mega shock and all that kind of stuff. But for me, I don't really care too much about the extras. I mean, sometimes the thing itself already comes with, stickers and posters as is without me paying extra. So in my case, I just order like just the games, just a simple version of the game and whatever, and I usually get them shipped to me rather quickly.
Yeah, but if you pay for the full version that includes all sorts of extras like soundtracks or posters or figures or whatever, it might take a real long time. Like when Jackknives brought the full version of Scott Pilgrim with all the extra stuff all the way back in January, and he still haven't gotten it yet. It's almost the end of the year and he still haven't gotten it yet. Right, Jack?
Ugh, don't even get me started with that crap. Oh, so that's how you kill a Wendigo.
Alright guys, so with all that said, let's start checking out this game. Let's pop in this retro Super Nintendo Undercover Cops and give it a whirl.
Let's check it out.
Undercover Cops is an arcade beat-em-up produced by IREM back in 1992. It came out on the Super Famicom in 1995, and well, you already know what happened to the SNES version. The story takes place in the year 2040, where special cops called the City Sweepers are called in to take down the most dangerous thugs.
You could choose from 3 city sweepers. You get the former football player Matt Gables, who is a strong but slow guy, Rosa Farmande, who was experimented on and now has powers called arc blades, and San Takahara, the martial arts master, who kind of looks like Kenny Omega. No wonder they're called the City Sweepers.
The game has a lot of interesting things as you fight through 5 long stages to find and defeat the evil Dr. Crayborn. Besides the usual attacks and throws and dash attacks and stuff like that, everyone gets these awesome screen-filling super moves. Zan's Spirit Bomb can be done by jumping and then pressing down and forward and then attack before you land from the jump. Rosa's Arc Saber can be done by jumping and pressing back and forward and then attack before you land. And finally, you can do Matt's Bomber by jumping and pressing down and up and then attack before you land. These are pretty awesome. And unlike other beat 'em ups where you can still find food lying around, this time some of the food is still alive. You have to chase down chickens and other things to eat them up and regain your health. That's new. You never really see Cody and Guy chasing after live chickens in their games.
The original arcade game was 3 players, but unfortunately the 16-bit version was only 1 player, similar to the SNES version of Final Fight. I understand not having 3 players, but not even 2 players?
This game's a little harder than I thought it would be. I really need your help here, bro.
Sorry, bro. I might book a flight for Streets of Rage 4, but not for Undercover Cops.
This game is very tough, but luckily you get an assessment day after each level, and the extra points help fill up your life bar before starting the next stage.
Mission 1 is the Coastal Industrial Zone, full of the usual thugs and annoying guys that can smack you with clubs. The boss is parked a cyborg that's kinda like the Terminator. You can get an easy win and throw him into the hydraulic press similar to the movie, but unfortunately he can also throw you in there. If the press crushes you, it's an instant kill.
Mission 2 is the high-rise elevator. Other than fighting these incredibly annoying martial arts ladies in said elevator, you also have to deal with areas where pieces of the floor are falling apart, so you gotta watch out not to get knocked off the edge. The boss here is Francois, who is a very dangerous lady with a jackhammer. If you hit her enough times, she starts crying and running around and gets even more dangerous with her attacks.
Mission 3 is the Dornier Abandoned Mines. Here you get attacked by rats as well as mutant moldmen that hide in the dirt and leave bombs. The boss is Moldman Beta, who is very hard to get to since he keeps digging in and out of the ground.
Mission 4 is downtown, where you have to make your way to the factory. If you can get past this seemingly never-ending wave of annoying bikers, it just never ends. Oh god, I hate this shit in Streets of Rage, and I hate it here too. It's even worse. And look, now you have to fight the guys with the annoying clubs and the bikers at the same time? Oh, fuck this game. Mission 5 is Death from Above, where you finally get to take down Dr. Crayborn, who was incidentally the same guy that experimented on Rosa. And in case you're wondering why there isn't any footage of Mission 5, well, you can blame the never-ending biker fiesta of Mission 4 for that one. The game is pretty tough. You only get 3 lives and 3 continues. You can alter it in the options to have 5 lives and 5 continues, but once they're gone, and this game is very unforgiving. Alright guys, so here are my thoughts on Undercover Cops. What can I say? The game looks good. You get, large character sprites. You get very detailed backgrounds. I love the opening cinematic with the character profiles, explaining the story and all that. I, of course, love the screen-filling super moves. Those are fucking awesome. I love the voice clips and how they just wreck shit all over the screen. And I also like the detail of the characters swinging around the big stone pillars and how every time you hit someone, they break apart and get smaller and smaller until they're gone. And also how the larger football player guy can actually swing them twice because, I guess for him, he's like the strongest guy in the game. They don't weigh as much for him as they do the other characters. So I like that detail. But other than that, the game is pretty fucking difficult. That's one thing I gotta say. It's a real hard game. You really gotta bring your A game for this one. It's a 1-player game, and the original arcade was 3 players. Now I don't really expect 3-player action on a Super Nintendo game without it being, plagued by slowdown and stuff. But this game really should have been at least 2 players. Like, come on. This game was still made sometime after the Final Fight debacle. It should have been 2 players. The bad guys really gang up on your ass in later levels. There are some parts where the bad guys like to do their attacks while you're down, so the moment you get up, whoop, you're knocked right back down again, and there's not too much you can do about it. And this is the part where you really need that second player to get in there, get these guys off you so you can kind of, regain your footing and stuff like that. And yeah, you do have the super moves and the screen filling death blows and stuff, but they take off your, they take health off your life bar, and in this kind of game, you need like every last bit of health to survive, to make it to the fucking 5th level and stuff like that. This game is incredibly tough and unforgiving. Yes, you can move the lives and continues, but you can only go so far. After that, it's all on you. You can go to the easy mode, but the easy mode only lets you play the first 3 stages, and after that you get like a, standard ending saying try again with the real difficulty. So you can't really use easy mode to like cheat your way out of this one. This one is all on you guys. You gotta really bring your A game, as I said multiple times, for this beat 'em up game. I also gotta say, it is incredibly cheap and cheesy that right off the bat on the first stage, you already have a fucking one-hit insta-kill. The fuck is that? Like, yeah, you get the steel press, and it is pretty cool that if you're smart enough and quick enough, you can actually knock the boss in there and get the one-hit kill on him and just, beat that stage easy. But he's also constantly throwing you into the fucking steel press, where you also die with a one-hit kill. And given how hard this game is, it's like the first stage. You really gotta, stock up your lives to make it further and stuff like that. So that's very cheap as all hell. That right off the bat, you're getting insta-kills. Now, of course, this is basically the arcade putting in a quarter and stuff. You don't really get that luxury on the Super Nintendo. So, yeah. So, once again, the game looks good, sounds good. I love the voices. Music's pretty rocking. It's pretty good and stuff like that. But it is hard as all hell. So, once again, like I said, bring your A game. And what can I say overall? I don't know. I guess the game wasn't as much fun as I was expecting. I was a tad disappointed, if I was, to be perfectly honest. Maybe, of course, after a couple more playthroughs, I might change my mind. But right now, I just wasn't really too thrilled with it. I guess I was more excited about the overall idea, the overall prospect. And holy shit, like a brand new Super Nintendo game in 2021. And it looks like orange and see-through. It looks awesome and all that shit. But, yeah, sadly, this game is way more fun to talk about owning it than it is actually playing it. So on that note, guys, that wraps up this episode of Video Game Masters. This is Mark Rodriguez here.
And this is Johnny Rodriguez.
Thanks for watching.
And see you next time.
But I have to admit, though, that is one cool looking poster. Just look at that. That is fucking badass.